Hi everyone, welcome to Bawa's Kitchen Journal. My name is B, and on today's kitchen journal we'll be making shrimp bacon and butternut squash pasta. I know it's a mouthful, but it's very delicious. So right now I'm just preparing my butternut squash. So I've peeled it, I'm taking out the seeds, and I am going to cut that into long strips and then into smaller pieces as well, so it can cook quickly and evenly. Okay, so the butternut squash, it's almost all done. All right, next I'm going to prepare my sage. So I'm just taking out the leaves from the stem, and then I'm going to chop that into smaller bits as well, and then I will keep that aside. So this is what I'm using. I'm using sage, habanero pepper, shallots, bacon, sausage, shrimp, butternut squash, small shell pasta. This is how it looks, small shell pasta. That's what I'm using. And then I'm using Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. So you can use that, or you can use Parmesan cheese as well, olive oil, and then butter. So this is all the ingredients I'll be using. Now I have my water that I've been salted boiling, and I added in a few drops of vegetable oil. I put my pasta in. Once it's al dente, it's cooked, I would transfer that into a sieve to drain out the liquid from the pasta, and then I'll set that aside. Now I'm going to put in my pan on medium heat, and I'll add in the olive oil. Once the oil is hot, I'm going to add in my diced butternut squash, and then we're going to stir that. So we want to stir it continuously until it's softened. Now I'm adding in my black pepper, so I'm just grinding the pepper in directly, and then we'll stir. We want to be careful not to mash it as we're stirring. We want to stir it gently and make sure it was turning it over so it's evenly cooked. That is still pepper that I'm adding. I'm just grinding it in directly, and the butternut squash is softening a little bit right now. So now I will add in my butter and then the sage, and stir that in, allow it heat up, and mix it with the butternut squash that we have going on, and let that just cook for a few minutes, about 2 minutes. And next I am going to, okay, so now we'll add in our minced shallots that we have there. So you can use shallots, or you can use onion, whichever you have access to is fine, as long as you can cut it as small as possible. My bacon, I've also cut it in small bits. So now I'm adding in my minced habanero pepper, just to give it a little bit of spice, and I'll add in the shrimp. The shrimp I'm using is already cooked, and then we'll stir that again. You want to be careful so you don't mash the butternut squash. Now I added in my bacon that I've cooked and cut in bits, same with the sausages, and then we'll stir that. So bacon and sausage are the last two things I just added, and I've cooked and I've cut it into smaller bits. Okay, that's garlic paste. I'll add and mix it in. Okay, now I'm just testing it before I add in my seasoning, because the bacon and the sausage are a little bit salty already. So now I'm adding in salt, and then I'll be adding in seasoning cube. If you don't cook with seasoning cube, you can just add in your salt to taste, and that's fine. Now we're going to add in our cooked pasta. So again, you can use either the small shell pasta, or if you don't find that, you can use any other pasta that you can have access to. It's going to work beautifully with this dish. Okay, I'm just adding some of the pasta water. Okay, we'll just mix that with our mixture. It looks a little bit clunky, but once you mix it in, it's going to loosen up. And okay, so this is it. It looks good. I'm just stirring it in and still being careful not to mash it all together. Okay, so now I'm adding in my Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. So you can use that, or you can use Parmesan cheese as well, whichever one is good. And then we'll stir. Just adding the rest of my cheese. At this point, the food is basically ready, so you can eat it, enjoy it. And that is all I have today on Bawa's Kitchen Journal. All the ingredients I've used and the step will be listed in the description below. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. I will see you next time on Bawa's Kitchen Journal with all my love. This is B. Bye now. Have a good day.